Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Friday Harmonize2Energize. My name is Terry Matthews. I am your host for a little bit of today, and hopefully our last week's presenter, LA, Palma, will be with us shortly. He's going to continue where he left off, giving us the practices for harmonizing anxiety. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyone who's brand new to JIN SHIN JYUTSU, it's an art brought to the West by Mary Eno Burmeister back in the 1970s, brought to America after she had studied several years with her master, Jiro Murai, in Japan during the 40s. Let's leave it at that. And it's an art of harmonizing life energy as it moves through the body, congruently or not, whatever the case may be. And we're blessed to have our hands, the palms of our hands, our fingers, our thumbs, actually our toes as well, if you don't have hands, to place on what we call safety. Could you mute yourself, please? What we call safety energy locks. And these are energy pockets, if you like, 26 of them, left and right of the spine on the body, which we can use to regulate how the chi or ki or life energy moves through the body. And once we've placed our hands in those positions, there's 26, I mentioned, left and right of the spine, 3 in the arms, these safety energy locks, we can allow the energy to move down energy pathways, feeding the cells of each organ of our body and the different energy layers of the body too, from the highest high, from the subtlest to the densest. Mary Burmeister called that movement the transference of energy through different depths. And she talked about the 9th depth all the way through to the 1st depth. You could see them as different levels of awareness or consciousness. And once we tap into those frequencies and vibrations, we can bring down and harmonize with subtle energy that removes blockages in the body. Okay, well, as I said earlier, today is a continuation of last week. We were blessed to have LA Palma with us, and he is here with us today, and he's going to, I'm just going to make him a co-host. Okay.
Hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are.
LA, I haven't got you yet. I've got to find you. Where'd you go?
I'm in the gallery somewhere.
Oh, there you are. There you are. Yeah, I should have. Okay.
I got caught in the traffic, but I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. So welcome, LA. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so honored and grateful for the opportunity of being here again. Because last week, you know, it was just an experience, and we didn't have time to practice. We could exchange ideas and share some proposals for observation and experiences that we can apply either to ourselves or to our clients. So I think today is going to be a wonderful opportunity for us to feel that, to embody that awareness, and together savor different tastes. So I received some emails from people who attended last week, and thank you for dropping me a line, and sometimes some paragraphs that really touched my heart. Thank you, and I'm glad I could inspire some of you. If you haven't watched there's a replay, right, Terry?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a replay from last week on YouTube if you didn't watch, if you want to go through some of the ideas that we are going to practice today. But let's start with practice. Can we, Terry?
Yeah, perfect. I mean, I can give you the whole stage.
All right, thank you.
I'll give you the whole stage. Here we go.
Okay. So I'm wearing shorts so I can demonstrate the positions to you. I'll be moving a little, but you can easily do all of this while you are seated. We talked about, let me share my screen here just for you to remember. Are you seeing my slides?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So we talked about the core principles, down the front, up the back, the lots of things that Terry already introduced, like how the energy moves into the body, how it creates tissue, how it differentiates. And we talked about an experimentation of a fluid structure for people who are highly sensitive. Many folks that we see, I call them regular people, and they are living their lives. But there are some deeply spiritual people that sometimes come and meet us, and these people, they really feel Jin Shin Jyutsu in not only in their bodies but in their soul, and it becomes a beautiful process. And some of us, when we started, I can tell about myself. I started with so many projects, and as I would practice, I would go in deeper and deeper and deeper, and getting to know myself and feeling what was going on and bringing awareness. So, and we developed that sensitivity also. So some people in the room have 20, 30 years of Jin Shin Jyutsu, and your sensitivity today is probably different than in the beginning. So maybe this is useful for you. So when starting either a self-help session, or when you want to give yourself a full session, no? Because you can hold a finger, you can hold a safety energy lock, but there are days that you're going to say, I'm going to stop, I'm going to give my 1 hour for me to enjoy, for me to go in. And the same thing for a client, you're going to give a full session. You can think about this fluid approach of having an introduction where you open up the body, where you create space. Then you have the main course, the main dish, the flows that the pose is proposing, and the dessert, like something that reconnects with the Trinity level. I first heard this with Margaret and Sadaki, and I experimented that a lot in my practice. So going into the practice. So we have, let me see if you can see. Here I have my left leg, okay? And we're going to experiment the descending one flow. This flow is not in our textbooks. It's an alternative flow for the one. So this is my left hand, and my left hand is going in my left one. And don't think of the one like a spot or a dot. Think that a safety energy lock is the size of your palm, the palm of your hand. And I usually think of the supervisor as a 5-line flow. In our book, sometimes we see the drawings and we imagine the supervisor flow is a thin line, but in fact, its width is also the size of your hand. So all of this is supervisor. I can touch here, there, there. I can have many different lines in the supervisor. And when I have lots of accumulation from the waist up, it might be useful to release these different lines. So left hand is in the left one and right hand is going to left 5. We're going to stay there, then 6, then 7. Can you see? I guess so.
I can see, Ali, yeah.
You can? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to go back to full spotlight or not, but I could see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Let's stop the sharing. And once again, much better. 1 with 5, then 1 with 6, then 1 with 7. Let's start here with 1 with 5. And you can explore. We know that the thumb is the leader of the parade. You can experiment with the thumb pointing downwards as the supervisor is descending here. And you can also explore your safety energy lock 5. Is it swollen? Energy usually flows better when spots connected to our articulations, when they are empty. When they are full, there is usually stagnation of energy.
Oh, you son of a bitch, say no.
I'm sorry?
Whoever that was, could you mute yourself?
And you can also experiment different lines in the 5, because the 5 is also the side of your palm of your hand. And stay there. I'll join you in the practice. Let's see here. Easy, right? I found this particularly useful for people who went under surgery to open up a session, especially if the surgery was above the waist, people with neurological issues, and folks struggling with mental emotional projects. Because you're exhaling, you're helping spirit, mind, and body to exhale. And when we touch ourselves or someone else, we say that we don't do anything. We are the jumper cable, we are instruments, and we be breath essence. So let's breathe and attune with this descending aspect of the supervisor. And let our left supervisor and our body exhale from head to toes. And as you stay here, you might start feeling a sense of spaciousness. As something is opening up in the chest, in the head. And once again, you can explore. Is there accumulation? And I can go there and let light go into it. And let the intelligence of the body let the intelligence be its own nature. And when you feel the pulses is fine, you can go to the 6. And you can also explore. We know that panic attacks and anxiety episodes usually start here in the 6. So you can feel the texture, feel the temperature. Where is it tense? And you can just locate it and embrace it. And exhale. We don't have to do anything. We don't need to say, oh, energy, go away, or stuck energy, leave the body. No, you just breathe. And you get to know yourself. Oh, there's something here. Let me be mindful of it. Let me feel it. And when we attune to the consciousness of each safety energy lock, so 1 is movement, 6 is balance, is understanding between thousands of other aspects. But I can attune into the awareness of a balanced movement, inviting the supervisor to flow in balance. And exhale. Then we go to the thumb. Seven is victory. 7 is the number of light, 7th depth. So the movement of the light within my body, within my presence, from the heavens to the toes. Let the light shine upon us. And we allow our bodies, our minds, our spirits to let go anything that is in the way of that descending blessing light. Just let go. Just exhale. And notice how you feel. You can stay there. We mainly do this on the left side, left leg, because left supervisor is descending. But when a person, client, or either myself, when I have too much energy up the waist, I do it both sides. So 1 with 5, so right hand, right 1, left hand, right 5. Movement to let go of the past, to erase the past and be in the now. Balance. Victory of the light. I'm doing this faster than I would usually apply on myself, just for you to have an idea. Left side is, I found it to be more useful. You do both to feel it, to develop that awareness. But sometimes we can't reach our feet. And there are other options. One that I really enjoy and I would like to practice today. We have the hand position, or some people call it the mudra, the seventh mudra in Self-Help Book 3, where we join our hands and we keep our middle fingers, the palm of the middle fingers together. And in our text 1 and text 2, there's a page that Mary describes these two spots, here and here. Here as a place where the light of the seventh depth washes away everything in a descending aspect. It clears the front, and here it clears the back. So we know that the palm of the middle finger helps with gallbladder. And gallbladder is descending, the entrance of a new light, the entrance of a new awareness. And we exhale from head to toe as gallbladder goes from the region of the eyes to the feet. So we can put this together and experiment. I enjoy meditating here, praying, being, and just feeling the breath, the exhalation from the head to the feet. And I'm attuning into the awareness of inviting the light of seventh depth, or even allowing with my, I have the keys of my free will, and I go there inside my heart, and I open up my heart and I say, okay, light, you can pour down on me. I choose to let go. To be here and now. I don't know if you're hearing, but it started raining here.
Raining light.
Yes. And water outside.
I can't hear it.
So feel the rain of light, the rain of love, the rain of being, the ray of the light of your seventh depth spark coming into the body and going down and reclaiming your toes. From head to toes, I am made of light. And anything else, I exhale, I let go, I let it melt away. And you might feel some space opening up. We usually don't talk a lot about ninth depth, but in my perception, there are moments when we are practicing that we go into a deep state of silence. Sometimes it transcends time. You are there holding your safety energy locks of giving yourself a flow, a mudra, and then you just look in the watch and 2 hours went by. And sometimes this is the field of ninth depth for me. The sense of spaciousness, where anything can happen and be recreated. There's space and silence in a place that anything divine can emerge. And if you don't like the word divine, anything enlightened, anything harmonious. Because we're not talking religion, we're talking spirituality, we're talking universal language of love. So after you do something to help you exhale, some preparation, a left one, this one, and many others that we talked last week, we can give ourselves an adapted first step. Let me move it. Of the first method of correction. So my left hand goes to my left 11, and my right hand goes to my left 22. And we pay attention, we are mindful, we are present with the diagonal line that follows the mediator, crossing here, bringing 22s to 14s. If you see the illustration of first method of correction, there's a way that you are supposed to touch, inviting this diagonal energy to flow through your hands and arms. If this is not comfortable, we have options. You can have 20, 21, and 22. You change your hand. Instead of the 11, you go to the 12. Let me see the time. Okay. So you can choose first method, first step, or 20, 21, 22 with the opposite well. And we know first method of correction invites the mediator to come back into harmony. There is a story in the Kojiki that says that the left mediator is masculine, Izanagi, and it is stable. Sometimes in the West, here we are in the West, right? And
Yeah.
they are in the East. Okay. Okay. Geography in the language. We are Western people and they are Eastern. Okay, so sometimes we associate the masculine principle with doing and they associate it with stability. And the female energy that would be the right mediator with the waves and transformation, like the moon and the tides. So when we go to left mediator, we are inviting that sense of stability that the left mediator carries with it. And 11 22s, if you sum them up, you have 33, which is a special number for many different traditions. And yet again, you can attune into the awareness of the 33. 33 in the Buddhism is connected to compassion. We are the compassionate art. We are the art for the compassionate being. So compassion can pour down on us through the stability of the left mediator. And I imagine that's why we have just the left mediator in that page of the first method of correction. Sometimes we can mirror the flows, but it's interesting that in that page, just one flow is listed. I don't think it's by mistake. So a first method of correction on 20, 21, 22 flow could be the perfect, one of the perfect harmonizing flows or holds for anxiety. You can also experiment with stomach flow and many others that we talked about last week. And for us to finish, I talked about the depths in the head, and we can experiment that. So we can hold the area of third depth that is above the fourth. Fours are here, we go above the fourth. And yet again, we can be mindful of what we are not doing, what we are holding, what we are connecting, what we are syncing, attuning. The entrance of new energy from the third depth, washing away my brain, my head. We don't need to tell energy what it needs to do or to accomplish, but we can be open to transformation. We can say yes and surrender to this dimension of higher intelligence that we are made of. Then the energy goes from third depth to second depth. If we are following the star in the thoracic, we showed you last week. And we can hold this area of the head is second depth. So you can hold like this, you can hold like this. You can rest your elbows. And you can hold your second depth and breathe. We could stay here forever. But let's go to first depth, the lateral. And you can feel maybe the ears. Digestion. Let the breath help us digest, open up, relax the nervous system. Then the energy from first step go to fifth step. We can have the first step of the main central. Left hand on top of the head. Left hand in the middle of the forehead, the eyebrows. Because fifth step is within the center of the brain. And we breathe and feel the fire. The warmth of being alive. Circulating. And as it circulates, then we go to fourth depth. Then we hold the area of the force. To purify, to cleanse, to flow, to be the flow. To exhale and go back into sixth step. The plant, the purification, the permission to let go. So we can go to sixth step and we can adapt when we are holding someone else. I learned like this. It would be with your thumbs like this and your other fingers like this. But when you touch someone sitting behind their head, this is extremely comfortable. For self-help, it kind of doesn't feel fine for my shoulders. So I experiment something like this, which is around the head. And if you remember, umbilicus function energy is described as the halo. And you can attune to this sense of being surrounded by this halo of light, of protection, of peace, of harmony, of, of what emerges from sixth step to you. And it pulses, even though you're not touching the physical body. And we are connected to the source. If you wish, 1125s, left one, mental emotional, bringing it to the supervisor. And that's my practice for today. I could stay here forever. We could do this over 2 hours. But I guess it gives you an idea of things to experiment in your own time, to open up the body, create space for the energy to move, then help the energy move according to the pulse, according to body reading, And after that, harmonizing and bringing it back to the Trinity level, where perfection is the blueprint. So I hope you enjoy this and you may find this useful, either some element of it or some principle. And if you don't, it's okay too. But this has helped me a lot, and I hope it helps you too. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm basking in the afterglow here, Ale. It's a no words experience, which for me is a good thing. Thank you so much.
Thank
For
you.
me, that was beautiful. That was poetry in motion and wisdom woven together there from different aspects of the teachings. So beautifully. So aesthetically, LA, this was incredible.
Thank you.
As a follow-up to last week, what a perfect blend. And I know some people were asking about recording this. Just to say, there is a replay. So if you haven't seen last week's, by all means, it's there. And then this week's will be there between 24 to 48 hours. So if anyone has anything,
questions.
if anyone wants to ask LA anything, if you're back in your body, I mean, I sometimes float off. I'm glad LA brought us down with 11 to 25 because being up here can take us way up
to the heavens.
Yeah, and I certainly went there. But if there's anybody in the group today who has a question, Yona, you've raised your hand. Okay, unmute yourself, Yona.
So I just wanted to say thank you from my whole heart. This was incredibly amazing. And okay, I'm going to try not to cry here, but it reminds me of the space that happens when you're on stage and the conductor has come to the end and keeps the silence on the stage for a long time before all the eruption of clapping. And that space is, as Terry said, beyond words. So this is what was coming to mind with all of this. So I just want to say thank you, because that's the space I want to be in.
We can attune into that. JIN SHIN JYUTSU can be a tool to help us live more time of our lives into that state.
Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I loved your email. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Is there anybody else who would like to comment, maybe? You don't have to ask, you don't have to ask a question. If you have anything you want to express, just like Yona, please go right ahead.
Hello,
Who's that?
Gabriella from the UK.
Hi.
Hi.
Gabriella Sampson, yeah.
Yes. I just want to say I'm really grateful, and it's an amazing experience. And this opportunity to have you in my life, to meet you, and with Terry's, help and support over such a long time. I'm just a beginner. I have got 2 books maybe that I bought on the internet, secondhand, and I'm looking and I'm trying to learn. When you touched the 3rd depth, yes, if I understand correctly, it's the first time ever in my life that I felt a physical reaction. I've been playing with energy on so many levels, with Reiki, with quantum touch, a lot of things. On the 3rd depth, I felt cold air washing over me. What was that? What is it? It's incredible.
That's the connection with your Trinity. With your main central and supervisors. That's the beauty of your being.
I can't believe this. Can I write it down?
Just feel it. It's enough.
I'm very grateful. God bless you.
God bless
and your
you too.
family, everybody, and you, Terry, and everybody on the call. I will see you all again another time. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Play with your hands, you know, give yourself the flows. It's not about it's not, there's a part about understanding, but there's a huge part about experiencing it. Don't let the need to understand becoming the way of you experimenting. As you experiment, you learn.
So in other words, I shouldn't be worried about technicalities and write, this is number 1, this is 5. I'm doing all these, I've been writing here while you're explaining tonight.
There's a replay.
There is a, yeah, I've always been like this. Probably I'm missing out. You know, I'm missing out a lot.
You felt it, you know, you felt it. And I think we in the here in the West, we are doers. And JIN SHIN JYUTSU is about being. So it's another reference. And we can find our way, you know, we can mix. We can be in the world, but we are not from only the physical world.
Yes. There are infinite realities.
Yes.
Infinite parallel realities. This was one of the very sparkling moments of my life.
I'm honored. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless. Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Beautiful.
So
Yana?
I'm putting my email here in the chat, and if you're watching this later, it's my name, Alessander, ALESSANDER @gmail.com. If you want to drop me a line. Some people ask me about study groups. I give study groups in Portuguese, but why not in English? So maybe once in a month. Yes. I can consider, and if you are interested, you know, you drop me a line.
You've got one faithful student here. I've got time now that I am retired. I've got time.
Okay.
Yes, amazing. Thank you so much.
You know, and you always have Terry every Friday, which is a huge blessing. You know, he is the guardian of the flame. He's sharing the flame every Friday. You know, so he's our beacon of hope. We stay connected.
Yes, he is.
You know. Thank you.
He is. Yes.
Well, thank you, Ale. It's always a pleasure and honor to have Ale present. I tell you that, and you know, I would thoroughly recommend doing a study group with Ale. I really would. I mean, I've sat and listened to his presentations on several occasions. I feel very strongly that you will learn a lot just by being in his presence. He sends a very calm, a very still energy. And really, for me, that's where we're going, a peaceful heart. And if you can learn in that kind of frequency, oh, bingo, you found something, a gem. So yeah, by all means, connect with LA and work out how you can study with him at some time. That would be really helpful to you folks. So is there anybody else who'd like to?
May I ask a question?
Yeah, who's that?
Yes, I'm Brazilian, Ale.
Hi!
Hi.
Oi, tudo bem?
Tudo bem, você? I'm living in São Paulo. I want to know more about, I will write you because I want to know more about your study groups. Okay?
So that's Rita, yeah?
I am in São Paulo right now.
Yeah.
I have a practitioner's office here and in Florianopolis where I live.
Okay.
Drop me a line, we talk.
Yes, I am in Ribeirão Preto. I'm a little bit far from São Paulo, but
so drop me a line.
Nice to meet you, and thank you, Terry, because I'm here almost all Fridays, and I'm really learning about JIN SHIN JYUTSU. Thank you very much, both of you.
Oh, you're welcome. You know, I don't always get the time to ask who the new students might be. I do my little introduction, and then I'm off, like at the races. but the energy that's created here today has given me a space, which, you know, Ali talked about, and it's that space where I believe, you know, we can open wider, transform things, and in my case, sometimes I'm rushing ahead. So if there are some new folks here, apart from Rita, who want to wave, want to say hi right now, please do, if there's anyone new.
Welcome.
Yes. Let's have a look at gallery view if you want to do it that way.
Okay.
Who amongst you is new? In that this is maybe only the second, third, or maybe even the first time you've listened to Harmonize2Energize or any kind of webinar on JIN SHIN JYUTSU. I guess that means
Terry, I have been here for almost 1 year now with you.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, but I'm discreet.
yeah.
There is a lot of people, and I'm enjoying a lot. I'm learning a lot with all of you. Thank you very much.
Well, if you connect with LA, you know, I think you're onto a good route there. That's a good platform to have a study group. So yeah, that'll be good.
Thank you.
Wow, I don't know where to continue or just to say, everybody close your eyes and just say thank you to LA. I mean,
we can say thank you to Mary, to Jiro, to Kat, to our dear instructors, to you, Terry, that you were in the office for us for so many years, for all those who came before us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we can continue spreading the light. Thank you.
well, thank you, LA. You know, of course, if you don't get real busy, I'm going to invite you back. You know,
Oh, a pleasure.
You know that. It's so wonderful, folks, to meet different practitioners from all the way around the globe. And this was one of the underlying reasons I've continued with Harmonize2Energize, because, you know, it gives an opportunity to reach out to all the different communities. And the Brazilian community is a long-standing community, and LA has been a pillar for Brazil. Are you running the office there anymore, or is there an office?
I ran the Brazilian office from 2011 almost to 2020. Then I was in like supportive mode for 2 other years, and now I retired from paperwork.
Is Margaretti or Ioli running the office or something?
The office in Brazil now is run by Ana Paula Dickerts.
Oh, it is Ana Paula. Okay.
Ana Paula, who is an amazing person, amazing practitioner, dear friend, and I am the backup. You know, when they need something different, I'm there for them, and they are here for me. So
Yeah.
We are together.
I'm glad that LA is still there as backup, because the life of an organizer can be quite fraught at times, and it's a real plus if you have someone as experienced as LA who's actually run the joint. So that's good to know. I didn't know, you know, I was wondering with all the changes that have happened.
No, when she needs me, I'm there.
Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. So, folks, I can see the light coming through your window there. Is it still raining out there?
No, not anymore. It just rains during the practice.
Folks, I'm reluctant to say much more and just let us all bask again in the afterglow. But I could just mention there are a few classes coming up, and I can just do that gently. You know now how to contact LA, and, you know, go right ahead. He's given you that invitation, and I will, of course, invite him back. I'll just share the screen for a couple of minutes here. Coming up next weekend, next Saturday, is one of the JIN SHIN JYUTSU 2-hour webinars, and it's with Adele. For those of you that love animals, or those of you that would love to learn to love them even more, whatever your situation is, to connect with Adele is a blessing. And there she is with 2 of her furry friends, and she's going to be giving a 2-hour webinar next Saturday, and she's going to be organizing it, and I'm assuming hosting it. And you can connect there, register there. All the information is there. And that's on the JINSHINJYUTSU.net website. There's 2 websites still that you can connect with JIN SHIN JYUTSU. There's the original one here, the InkNet. And then we have the other one, which is the JIN SHIN JYUTSU Spirit, Mind, Body. And I need to find that. I probably did this back to front, never mind. Yeah, here we have the Spirit, Mind, Body. This is the newer website where 12 or so of the JIN SHIN JYUTSU faculty have created a new setup here. And here are their classes coming up. You can see there is a special topic class with Susan Schwartz coming up in March in Boston, March the 11th and 12th. And then you've got Kelly Mount teaching a 5-day basic. These are live as far as I'm aware. Oh, this one in Louisville has been postponed. But there's an animal class coming up, 3-day in Montague, New Jersey. Chus is doing a 5-day, that's in Spain. Margaretti from Brazil is doing a 5-day in Mexico City. Oh my word, they are really busy. Margaretti is doing a special topic class also, I presume in Mexico City. Then Ioli in Boulder, and she's Brazilian, folks, in April. And then over here in Arizona, we've got Kelly doing a 3-day self-help animal class. Oof, they keep going. You know what? I'm running out of breath here. So go to JIN SHIN JYUTSU spiritmindbody.com. You can find it by just Googling JSJSMB, JIN SHIN JYUTSU spiritmindbody.com. And you can see the numerous classes that are clearly happening now. So the momentum for live classes, for those of you that have been waiting to get hands-on experience, it's happening. Ale, are your classes or your study groups, are you doing both online and live for people? Are you doing both?
Yes, live in Florianopolis, the island where I live in the south, and online. But I broadcast it for people that are not in Florianopolis. So
so you do it simultaneously, yeah? Mm-hmm. Beautiful. I've thought of doing that myself, but not yet. But maybe I'll get.
Yeah, no, but we get acquainted with the tool in the beginning. It's tricky because you want to, you really want to listen and to welcome everyone and mingle people that are present with this virtual space dimension. So I'm experimenting and mingling, putting people together.
Yeah, no, that's great. It's a good harmonizing act, a good balancing. I thought of it many times, and then I thought, I've got the people around me, then I've got the people on the screen. I guess I just have to be scanning all of them, as you work,
Yeah, a projector really helped me. So there's a projector, we see everyone, and so we bring the online people to life with the projector.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. I tell you, folks, if anyone knows how to share wisdom about webinars, here's your man. like I said last week, you know, he inducted me into this whole process along with Chandra and many other instructors. Ale, you're such a generous soul. You know, you really are incredibly generous, and it's been an honor to have you. And don't stay away, my friend. I'll keep tabs on you, folks. It's been beautiful. I can't say thank you enough to Ale, but thank you all for coming and sharing with us. And in about 24 to 48 hours, the replay will be up on my Soul to Soul Healing YouTube. You've all got the link. It came with the Zoom link and the information. So next week, we do have another mystery presenter, actually. One of our experienced practitioners from Michigan. So an American lady is coming to join us next week, but I'm not going to tell you her name because it's a mystery. But she's very experienced, and I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a first. She's not been with me, at least, before. So we're looking forward to that. So tune in next Friday, same time, same place, for the next Harmonize2Energize mystery presenter. All right, everybody. Bless you all. Have a great rest of the day, weekend, week, wherever you are in the world. Take care. And au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, cheerio, and I forgot what the word was. Abro.
Até sempre.
Oh, all right. That.
See you forever.
Yeah, that. Whatever.
In the eternity of this moment.
Beautiful. All right,
Thank you.
folks. I'm just going to stop everything now, and we're going to leave. Yeah.